Have you ever felt like the weight of the world rested on your shoulders, Aries, yet no one noticed the storms you were weathering inside? Picture this. For over a decade, you've been the one holding it all together, smiling through heartbreak, silencing your own needs to keep the peace, and carrying burdens that weren't always yours to bear. If you're an Aries, or if Aries is your rising or moon sign, and the past 12 years have felt like a relentless test of your strength, this story is for you. It's not just about what you've endured. It's about the quiet, powerful shift waiting for you on the horizon. Stay with me, because this is the tale of your rebirth, and it begins with a single, unshakable truth. You are ready to reclaim your light. Let's start by setting the scene. Imagine a warrior, battle-worn but unbroken, standing at the edge of a vast, misty valley. That warrior is you, Aries. For years, you've navigated a karmic cycle that's tested your heart, your resolve, and your ability to love without losing yourself. These weren't random trials. They were written in the stars, etched into your birth chart, where slow-moving planets like Saturn and Pluto have been weaving a story of transformation. Since around 2013, these celestial giants have pressed on your soul, urging you to balance your fiery spirit with the weight of others' expectations. You've given your all in relationships, only to feel unseen. You've chosen silence over conflict, sacrificing your peace to keep others comfortable. And through it all, you've carried a quiet wound, a sense that your softness, your depth, was overlooked in a world that celebrates your boldness, but rarely your heart. But here's where the story takes a turn. On July 15th, 2025, the cosmos shifts. It's not a loud, dramatic moment. No fireworks or fanfare. It's subtle, like the first ray of dawn breaking through a long night. Saturn, the taskmaster of karma, and Pluto, the harbinger of rebirth, are moving away from the positions that have challenged you for over a decade. The unseen burdens, the unspoken responsibilities, the silent wounds, they begin to dissolve, like mist burning off under the morning sun. This date isn't just a marker on the calendar. It's a turning point, a moment when you'll feel something shift deep within you, something irreversible. You're not just stepping into a new chapter, you're stepping into a new version of yourself. Let me tell you a story to bring this to life. Meet Lena, an Aries with a heart as fierce as her spirit. For years, Lena was the glue in her family, the one who mediated arguments, planned gatherings, and put her dreams on hold to keep everyone else afloat. In her career, she took on roles that didn't spark joy but paid the bills, always telling herself, "This is temporary." In love, she poured her soul into partners who couldn't match her depth, staying silent when she wanted to scream, just to avoid rocking the boat. Lena thought this was her role, to be the strong one, the peacemaker, the one who never faltered. But inside, she was crumbling, wondering if her light would ever shine as brightly as she gave to others. Then, in early 2025, something changed. Lena started noticing signs, small but undeniable. A conversation with a stranger sparked an idea for a project she'd long buried. A quiet moment of reflection revealed a truth she'd ignored. She deserved more than a life of compromise. As July approached, Lena felt a stirring, like a fire rekindling in her chest. She didn't need to fight for validation anymore. She needed to fight for herself. On July 15th, she made a choice, not to burn bridges but to build a new path. She ended a draining relationship, pitched her project to a mentor, and started saying no to what didn't serve her. The world didn't collapse. Instead, it opened up. Opportunities flowed, not because she chased them, but because she'd finally aligned with her truth. Lena's story is your story, Aries. The past 12 years have been your initiation, a quiet forging of your inner strength. You've learned to hold your light in a world that often values loudness over depth, boldness over vulnerability. But now, the cycle is over. This video isn't about dwelling on old wounds. It's about understanding why you walked that path and how it's prepared you for what's next. We're going to explore 3 key areas: love, finances, and purpose, where this shift will transform your life. Each is a chapter in your rebirth, a chance to stop living for others and start living for you. So, grab a notebook, settle in, and let's dive into the heart of your journey. First, let's talk about love, because for Aries, love is more than a feeling. It's your language, your sanctuary, the way you connect with the world. Over the years, you've poured your heart into relationships, giving everything to understand others, only to feel misunderstood in return. You've stayed in connections that dimmed your spark, not because you were weak, but because you believed love meant sacrifice. Maybe you've smiled through tears to keep a partner happy, or silenced your needs to avoid conflict. But here's the truth. Love isn't about losing yourself. It's about finding someone who sees your fire and your softness, your strength and your vulnerability, and chooses to stand beside you. As the planets shift in July 2025, you'll feel a release in your heart. The 8th house of your chart, tied to intimacy and transformation, is activated, urging you to let go of relationships that no longer align with your truth. This isn't about revenge or cutting people off. It's about healing. You're learning that true love doesn't demand you shrink yourself. It invites you to expand, to be fully you. If you're single, you might notice new connections forming, not with people who need you to fix them, but with those who match your energy. If you're in a relationship, this is a time to have honest conversations, to voice what you've held back. The right partner will listen, not because you demand it, but because they value your heart. Here's a practical step. Over the next few weeks, reflect on your relationships. Ask yourself, does this connection make me feel seen, valued, and free? If the answer is no, it's time to set boundaries or walk away. This isn't selfish, it's sacred. By choosing love that honors you, you're not just healing your heart, you're rewriting the story of how you're loved. And that, Aries, is the foundation of your new era. Now, let's shift to finances, because behind your fiery exterior is a soul that craves stability and control. In recent years, you may have felt like you were constantly playing catch-up. Maybe you poured your time and energy into jobs or projects that didn't pay you back in kind. Perhaps you stayed in roles that felt safe but stifled your creativity, or you gave too much to others, leaving little for yourself. These weren't just financial struggles, they were lessons in worth. You've been learning that money isn't just currency, it's a reflection of how you value yourself. As Pluto moves through your 2nd house of wealth and self-worth in 2025, you'll start to see subtle but powerful changes. You're pulling your energy back from what drains you, and in its place, new opportunities are emerging. Maybe a side hustle you dismissed gains traction. Maybe a skill you thought was minor becomes a bridge to a better job. Or maybe you simply stop undervaluing yourself in negotiations, and suddenly, people see you differently. The key is clarity. Financial stability doesn't come from meeting others' expectations. It comes from knowing what matters to you and standing firm in that truth. Let me share another story. Mark, an Aries rising, spent years in a corporate job that paid well but left him empty. He'd always loved photography but saw it as a hobby, not a career. In early 2025, as he felt the cosmic shift, Mark started posting his work online, not expecting much. But a local business noticed his photos and offered him a contract. That one step led to more clients, and by mid-July, Mark was planning to leave his day job. The money didn't just flow, it grew because Mark had finally aligned his work with his passion. Your takeaway? Start small, but start now. List your skills, passions, and ideas you shelved. Pick one and take a single step, post a project, reach out to a contact, or negotiate a raise. The universe will meet you halfway, not with a windfall, but with signs, a message, an offer, a door swinging open. Trust that you're ready, because money flows to clarity and confidence, and you, Aries, are stepping into both. Finally, let's dive into your purpose, the heart of your transformation. As July 15th, 2025 approaches, you might find yourself asking, what was I born to do? Aries are known for their boldness, their ability to lead and ignite action. But that drive can sometimes trap you in others' expectations. You've been the initiator, the motivator, the one who charges ahead, but rarely the one who gets to pause and just be. Lately, you felt a shift, a weariness with always leading, a longing to listen to your own heart. The 12th house of your chart, tied to spiritual awakening, is lit up in July, creating a rare opportunity for clarity. Every battle, every misstep, every time you pushed forward without honoring your truth, it's all led to this moment. You're not just letting go of old patterns, you're redefining strength. It's not about fighting every battle or proving yourself. It's about living authentically with a heart open to truth. This is your time to explore what lights you up, whether it's a creative outlet, a spiritual practice, or simply more moments of quiet reflection. Think of it like this. Your purpose isn't a destination. It's a rhythm, a quiet beat only your soul can hear. For Sarah, an Aries moon, this meant leaving a high-pressure job to teach yoga. She didn't have all the answers, but she trusted the pull in her heart. By July, her classes were full, not because she chased success, but because she lived her truth. Your path might look different. Maybe it's writing, mentoring, or building something new. The point is, you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take the first step, trusting the universe has your back. Here's how to start. Carve out time each week for something that feels like you. It could be journaling, painting, or walking in nature. Listen to what your heart whispers in those moments. The signs will come, not as a neon billboard, but as a quiet knowing, a mentor's encouragement, or an unexpected opportunity. This is your moment to create, not just work, to lead, not just follow, to live, not just survive. As we close this story, let's return to that warrior on the valley's edge. You're no longer battle-worn, Aries. You're radiant, grounded, ready to walk a path that's yours alone. July 15th, 2025, isn't the end of your journey. It's the beginning of your freedom. You're not just healing. You're returning to yourself, to the powerful softness that's always been your core. This is the moment you say, I will no longer trade my peace for external calm. Your light doesn't need to shout to be seen. It simply shines, drawing in love, abundance, and purpose that align with your truth. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.
I invite you to enjoy and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they can benefit too. Leave a comment below to share your thoughts and experiences. Thank you for watching and joining us on this journey. We'll see you in the next video. Blessings.